All right. We are going to screen share. Or no, we won't screen share. Okay, there. So welcome everybody to tonight's What is Coaching Call. I'm super excited to chat with everybody. My name is Elizabeth Paoli. I go by Liz. I've been coaching for 6.5 years now, a little over 6.5 years. And I just kind of wanted to go through, share my story, and then I'll share a little bit about what coaching is. Normally, I like to jump on the phone with people and I like to, get to know you a little bit more so that I can actually, have a conversation with you and know what you need out of this business or what you would like out of the business. But instead we're going to do it a little different, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to just share my story here. So like I said, I've been a coach for just over 6.5 years, and when I first started coaching, I did it for a little different reason than what most people do it for. I was at my heaviest weight. I literally was addicted to sugar, addicted to pop. I ate horrible. I binge ate all the time. Like if I made a pan of brownies, half that pan of brownies was going down. So I had tons of food issues. I was an emotional eater. So if I was stressed, if I was happy, if I was sad, anything, I went right to food and I ate. The way I saw myself was in a negative state. Like I was in self-hate, I guess you could say. I didn't like who I was on the inside or the outside. I was working 2 night jobs as a bartender. I had my son Mason, our oldest, at home, and we were planning our wedding. So for me, when I started coaching, it was the mere fact that I was getting married and I needed to do something about my weight. So I tried to trick myself into being a coach. So if I had to help other people, then I had to show up for my health and fitness. Well, it worked. I started coaching for just for the discounts, and so that if I was to ask other people, then I had to show up every single day. So that's how I started coaching. And for the first year, I was mainly a discount coach, besides helping people that were close to me, friends and family. Those were the ones that I asked to jump on, or to my friends and family were the ones that joined me in the health and fitness. So for the first year, I focused just on helping others who were close to me with their health and fitness. And then shortly after our wedding, so just over a year later, I got pregnant with my second child. So here I am working 2 night jobs as a bartender, like 40 to 50 hours a week. I'm also now, I was going to nursing school on top of that. So during the day, I would be going to nursing school. I'd drop off our son with family members to be babysat. And then I would, and then after I would, sorry, got me. Okay. And then after I got done with school, I would pick them up, and then I would spend a little bit of time with them, and then I'd have to drop them off back with family members because I went to work an hour before my husband got home from work. So then I would drop him off, he would pick him up, and then I would go to work. And so I did this for like 4 or 5 months of being pregnant with my second child, and it brought us to it was January, and our middle child was born, or was due June 1st. And this was in January. My husband and I and Mason, our oldest, were having dinner together at the dinner table. And we always made sure to do it when we were at home together, because we were only at home together, 1 or 2 nights a week. So whenever we were home, we sat and we had dinner together. And this time, for some reason, my husband was talking about childhood memories. And for me, like, I'm one of 7 kids, so we didn't go on fancy trips or do anything like that. But the one thing that right away came to my mind was that every night my mom had a dinner made for us, no matter who was home. It didn't matter what time it was. Sometimes it was 3:30, sometimes it was 8:30, because we were all very active in sports. And but no matter what, probably 3 days out of the week it was spaghetti because had to be quick. But no matter what, we all sat at the dinner table, no TV, and we had dinner together. And so my husband looked at me, and I get all emotional every time I tell the story. My husband looked at me and he goes, Liz, you're not even creating your biggest childhood memory with your own family. And that killed me. I wasn't. Every night my husband and my son they were having dinner together, but I wasn't. I wasn't there. So my biggest childhood memory, I wasn't creating with my own family. And that literally killed me. And it was like a complete kick in the gut. And so from that day on, I was like, I need change. Like, I need change. I can't go and become a nurse and then be working right again into nights and not being there for that time that I so desired to be there for, my biggest childhood memory. So what I did was I went, I'm just going to hide this here. Okay. What I did was I told myself that I was going to go all into coaching. I needed change. So I decided I was going to grow a business out of coaching instead of just, helping other people with their health and fitness and getting myself on it. I was actually going to do the work for building a business, and I was going to be able to stay home with our children after my middle was born. So I went all in and I gave it my all. And a month before our second son was born, I was able to quit working both jobs and become a stay-home mom. And it was just because of my drive. I had a strong reason why. I needed to be home at night to have dinner with my family, to tuck my kids in at night, to say prayers, good night kisses. I was missing out on something that was so important to me. And so I made sure that I got them, that I made it happen. So that was a little bit about my story. But you guys, like, before coaching, I was a negative person. I was so negative. Not only did I grow in my okay, when I say negative, like, my friends around me were negative. Like, everybody around me was negative. It was kind of who I attracted to me. And then once I started dabbling into coaching, and once I started building that business, and once I was able to come stay home, it was insane what happened inside of me. I've now have self-love. Like, I'm still on my journey. I've lost 50 pounds twice after both of my kids. I have three children now. So my two youngest, I was able to stay home with from the time that they were born. And I was able to still, like, enjoy the journey of getting my post-pregnancy body back to where I was pre-pregnancy. And I still loved myself because I knew it was part of the journey. I had that much self-growth in me because of the company. So the company completely changed how I viewed myself, even while I was on my health and fitness journey. It also helped me with my marriage. My marriage is, and I'm sure there's some other coaches on here, they would vouch for this. My marriage is way stronger. My relationship with my kids is way stronger. My relationship with my friends. And I've weeded out a ton of friends who I thought were friends, but they just brought me down with their negative attitudes. And now I'm surrounded by amazing, positive people who literally lift me up and want me to be the best version of myself, as well as everybody else around them. That's huge. You don't find that, and it's funny because I always say I'm from a very small town and I was super shy. Sorry if there's any kids, but lots of people would say that I was a bitch because I was so shy that I didn't really know how to, like, talk to them, so I came off that way. But really it was just because I was shy. Well, when I first signed up, I'm kind of getting off track, but that's okay. When I first signed up as a coach, I literally told my coach that I would never do a video. I would never host a call. And she's like, okay. She's like, I get it. And here I am now hosting calls almost on a nightly basis and videos on a nightly basis, getting on phone calls with people. But I've grown that much from this company. My faith has grown. I have such strong faith. I have helped so many people, not only with weight loss, but also building business and being able to stay home with their kids as well, or hitting their goals, like having a savings account, being able to pay for groceries and not worrying about your card being declined. Starting to put away for college funds, being able to go to their dream trip to Disney with their kids. Like, we all have our story on what we would like out of life, but I never really thought that I could dream big like I am now. So yeah, I decided to go all in because of that reason, because I wanted to stay home with my kids, and that's how I made it happen. Now that I made that happen, I have, like, that's a crazy big dream right there, is to just be able to stay home with your kids and create a full-time income. That's a crazy goal. But now, like, we're looking to purchase land for our dream home that we're going to build. We are paying off our debt. We're almost debt free. We are going on vacations yearly, like 3 times a year. We do one family one. This was not feasible before, ever. So my goals are now to travel the world with my children, to build our dream house, to buy a boat, to have an income coming in for each child, so that we have generations to come where they have a business opportunity in front of them already developed by the time that they're 18. Like, these are huge visions that have come from coaching alone. It's just crazy what happens to you when you're surrounded by people who want you to succeed in life. So that's a little bit about my story, and I kind of went off track, and I'm sorry. You guys will be able to answer or ask me any questions as well. So let me see here. Okay, so the crazy thing with coaching is a lot of people think, okay, you get what you put into it. So the amount of lives that you touch, you're going to get out of it. So if we're going to sit here and we're going to, kind of talk about pay and how you get paid here, it's basically you get paid off of the amount of lives you change. So whether you change somebody's life with health and fitness, you will get 25% of any of the products. Our products are top of the line products, but they're not what sells Beachbody. They can get the products anywhere. They can get the products from Amazon, from eBay. I'm sure you guys have products, Beachbody products. But what sells the products is the person behind those products. It's the person that they want to connect with. And even I get a lot of people who are like, well, why would somebody want to reach out? Why would somebody want me as their coach when I'm on my journey? I was at my heaviest weight, you guys. You know why so many people chose to work with me? Was because I could relate to them. I could relate to them. I was going through the same things that they went through. So they chose to work with me because they knew that I struggled with binge eating. They knew, and I did have to put this out there. They knew that I struggled with the way I looked and the way I felt inside about myself. And it's all people that I attracted right to me from that. Let's see. I'm trying to follow my list, but I'm getting really sidetracked. Okay, so with this business, yes, you make 25% off of commission, but then the crazy cool way to create income is by building a team. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's just a pyramid scheme or whatever it's called. Those are illegal, so no, it's not. But you do have an upline coach. Like, say you joined underneath me, I would be your upline coach. Now just think of it as this way. I can only touch so many lives. I only can touch so many lives. But if I have some kick-ass women who are just like me, they jump on board, they can help just as many women as I can. And then we get the people who are just like us to help. And pretty soon we're helping thousands of people and we're all benefiting from it and growing our income from changing more people's lives. So it just snowballs. And so will your pay. So if you think like this is a get quick or get rich quick business, it's not. This business takes time. It takes putting just like any business does. If it was a if you felt like it was a get rich quick business, then it's probably like too good to be true. But any business takes time. So you will have to work like on a daily basis. This is what we do. We build relationships with people who are just like us. We network. So we build these relationships with people through Instagram, through Facebook, through Snapchat, Twitter, through, any social media network. I do, at least, because I'm not out of the house. But if you work out of the house, you can do it in person as well. That's huge. When I first started, I did a lot of my networking because I was a bartender, so I got to talk to people all night long. Not really the people I wanted to be talking to, but I got to talk to them. So we build a team. The bigger your team grows, the bigger your income is gonna go. And honestly, the building the team part is the most fun part. Like, this is the fun part. So yes, your income will grow from that, but yet you're literally meeting your new BFFs. Like, you're literally going to be best friends forever. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I could not imagine life without you. It's crazy because, so coming from a small town, we had like groups and cliques of friends, right? Well, it was just because there wasn't many people who were just like you, they had like one thing in common with you. So for instance, I was a basketball player. So we had our basketball friend group. I was a soccer player. So we had our soccer, friend group. And there was like one or two girls that were on both. So we were really, really tight friends. Well, now we're meeting new people and building our network and relationships on who we are. So we're bringing people who are exactly like us. So it's crazy. Like, instantly, that you're going to become best friends with this person and you're going to be friends forever because of that reason. So it's pretty awesome. You do need an entrepreneur mentality for this. Like, you do need to realize that you're going to have to put in work. And when you think about it, you go to a job and you work 40 hours a week. I'm not asking you to work 40 hours a week. We're going to give you exactly what you need to do. And in an hour to do, we'll give you a list. So if you like a list, we're going to give you a list of what to do. You'll watch a video, you'll know exactly what to do. And we're going to walk you through it all. But you have to realize that it takes time for you to build a business. So what you do now, you're going to see in 3 to 6 months. So it will take time. But in my first, so not my first year, because remember, I was on my journey on my first year, but my first year of actually business building, after my first year, I was making $1,000 a week, you guys. $1,000 a week. So just think what you can do with it if you literally put your time into it. You can create the income you want by the lives you change. Insane, right? But you have to put that time into it. And so you have to, when you're putting that time into it, you have to take what you have to do and actually do those steps, because it is easy to do this business, but it is so easy not to, because you're your own boss. You are the CEO of the company. You are in charge. You're in charge of everything when it comes down to it. Let's see. Our team has a mentorship, or it's a coach academy, and we literally mentor you from day one all the way until you feel comfortable on your own. But it's super exciting. Everybody's loving our coach academy, and we literally hold your hand through the process. We want you to be successful. As long as you're ready to put in the work, we're going to work with you and do this. So I'm going to open it up for I guess I should probably go over the cost here. the cost with starting up as coaching. So there's two different ways to sign up as a coach. So you can sign up as a coach for $40 fee. And with that $40 fee, you get your coach packet. It's like a video that comes with it. To tell you the honest truth, I don't even know if I watched the video. But then the second way to join as a coach is you get, and this is the way that 95% of the people join as a coach, is you get to get a challenge pack. So you get your workout program, you get your 30 days of Shakeology, and you get the nutrition guide. And what they do is they waive your coach fee. So basically, by buying a challenge pack, they're saying thank you for taking care of your own health. Now, if you want to run this business, you get to for free, at least for the 40-day waiving or whatever, or the $40 waiving, not 40 day. Sorry, you guys, I need sleep. Clearly, this is number 3 call of the night. So, but after the first month, then it is $15.95, so $16 a month. Now, this is what the $16 is for. It is for customer service, so you never have to deal with customer service. Any of your customers, or if you have any problems, you call customer service. You don't have to deal with them. That is what that's for, as well as you'll have an online office, but you never have to update it. So yes, you'll have to put your profile information in, but you'll never have to update it if the products are changing or anything new comes out. It will always update for you, and they will take care of that for you. So that, right, trust me, is worth $16. You do not have to have any certain amount of products each month unless you're going through certain for certain goals in the business. Then yes, you will, and that will just be your Shakeology that you will have. But technically, to keep your coach account, you don't have to be ordering anything. I know some other companies you have to have like so many dollars put in. This one you don't, unless you're going for certain goals, business things. So yes, that's it. I just want to share one more quick story, and that's with my coach, Mindy. She's my upline coach. So I want to share her story a little bit because it's so inspiring. Mindy's from the same small town that I'm from. Her husband stood in our wedding. We're really good, tight friends. But we saw Mindy when she first joined as a coach. I mean, we knew her before, but they struggled. Like, they were struggling hardcore financially. They lived in a small 2-bedroom house. They just had their one son. Her husband had been laid off. She was working as an office manager for her dad, like 40 to 50 hours a week. They were stressed out all the time about money and their marriage, the fighting and everything. And now it's crazy. And Mindy, she's always been thin, so she hasn't had like a big transformation. So if you're one that, you don't need a big transformation, either did she. But now Mindy, so I just want to share with you what is possible in this business. Her first year in the business, she was making $1,000 a week. Her second year in the business, she was making 6 figures. Okay, she wasn't in the top people who got in. I mean, there's no like, it's dependent on the person. So now, okay, so that's 6 figures in her second year. Now what is she on? Like year 7, I think. Anyways, they built their house, their dream house. They built it, and within the first year paid it off, completely paid it off in their first year. And that was their house that they built. They now bought a cottage on a lake and paid cash for it. They also are building a retreat house in Florida. And I mean, it is massive, like a massive retreat house with a pool. I think it's like 10 rooms. And she's a down-to-earth, shy, just like us, you guys. Like, she's no different than me. She's no different than you. She just had a big vision in her mind, and each time she hit a goal or hit, a vision that she had, she went after a new one. And that's what's crazy with this business, is it's all on you. You can only decide where you're going to go with it, how far you're going to go with it, who you want involved in it. And that's the awesome part with it. It's all on you guys. And I always tell, my new coaches when they jump on is to dream really big. Like think crazy cool goals. Like what would be so crazy cool? Because for me, the only crazy cool thing was to be able to stay home. Well, then once I hit that, it took me like 3 years. Okay, 2 years. 2 years to figure out what would be crazy cool step. What would be that next step for me? Well, now I'm going for that next step. But I had a like lull in my business because I was okay with where I was at. I was home with my kids. But now I'm going crazy cool goals. And it's crazy how fast they're coming in because of the growth. And also this company, I forgot to mention, we are only in the United States and Canada, which is crazy. We are just opening up. I think we'll find out in the next week or two, the next country that we are opening up to. And their mission is to be worldwide, is to end the trend of obesity. So it's huge that we're just going to find out our next network or our next area that we can start out in. And that's humongous. Like everybody's like, oh, there's too many coaches. We're only in the United States and Canada, and we're opening up in another country. Like this is just the beginning. So this is a perfect time for you guys to jump in and start changing lives. But I'm going to stop talking because I went way over than what I wanted to. But if anybody has any questions, you can either type it in the chat or unmute yourself. I can unmute too. Oh, my legs are killing me. Does anybody have any questions? There's a couple people on the phone, so I'm gonna unmute you on the phone, just so you can ask any questions.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have a question. So some of the people that I've been talking to right away, they've been saying, this sounds like a pyramid scheme. And I told them, pyramid schemes are illegal, but they are just like, be careful. And they're not interested. So how do I get past that and like make them feel like it's not a scheme, that it's real?
Sharing stories is huge. So like you guys are more than I give you guys the freedom to use my story, but I ask them what they fear about like the whole network marketing, because it's not about pyramids, it's about network marketing. They're scared of something with network marketing. So I ask them, what their fear of network marketing is, because there must be a fear. And a lot of the times people have tried a network marketing company and that's why they feel like, it's sketchy or whatever. But I always just ask them what their fear is of it. And what do they mean? Just right away, instead of like even coming back with, oh, it's illegal. Just right away, the first thing you should ask them is, and just be honest, be like, what do you mean by a pyramid scheme? Like, what do you mean by that? And let them explain it. So then what they perceive it as, because what do they perceive it as? And you can ask them about that and be like, well, no, it's not that, pyramids are illegal. But, I just reassure them with, what could potentially happen. What could potentially happen if they had a goal of making, an extra money for groceries or whatever the case is, or 500 extra, or, to be able to be a stay-home parent. Like, I just reassure them that is possible. And it's funny, my sister always says, she's like, well, everybody's going to make money from somebody. Like, somebody's going to make money from somebody. Why not be the one that makes money from something that's changing people's lives? And if they don't want to get in, then it's their loss. Then it's, prove to them that it's not just, something sketchy. But also I reassure them with that, and just so all of you guys know, that if you're not satisfied within 30 days, Beachbody will give you back the money. If you don't want to coach anymore, you don't want your challenge pack, they'll give you back your money. So if you really jump in and you think it's sketchy and it's all that pyramid stuff, then you can have your money back. So that also helps is letting them know about that. But just think about it this way too. And it's hard to explain this because you don't want to hurt like their feelings, because for some reason they do fear that. But also every single thing is built as a pyramid. There's a CEO. There is the vice presidents, there's managers, there's, the workers. Everything is built as a pyramid. The difference is, this is the difference. If you're working a job, okay, so you can only go so far up. So my husband works at a paper mill. Now he can only go so far up. He's not going to get to the CEO level. Not everybody's going to get to that CEO level. He's only going to go so far off, and then it's going to cap up. These people above him are always going to make more money, right? Not in our type of business. You sign up underneath me and you're changing more lives than I am, guess what? You're going to go past me and you're going to make more money. But that doesn't mean I cap out because of it, as long as I'm still continuing to make money. I mean, to change lives, sorry. If I'm continuing to change lives, it's all going to keep growing. But that doesn't mean that just because I'm above you that I'm going to make the same amount of money as you. No. You can surpass me easily. You can be at the top of the company. You can be at the top 10% of the company. And I can be down, at the lower level of the company. That doesn't matter. So it's all on you. That's what's cool about network marketing. And the best part about network marketing is that you can create residual income. And this is a good thing to talk about when they're talking about pyramids, is that you're building a team of people to help create residual income. Now, as for instance, my husband, he only makes a certain amount each year. Okay, if he doesn't show up for work, he's not getting paid, right? So I had my daughter August of 2015, and I took off. It was either 4 or 6 months. I can't remember. I hardly worked my business. I literally breastfed every 2, that's all I did was sit and I breastfed. I hardly worked my business for 4 to 6 months, and my business continued to grow. Now I'm working back again. Like, I can't say I just take off forever, but my business continued to grow. That's because I've created residual income. That's the difference between network marketing and just working for somebody, is you can create residual income where your business will continue to grow. And that's crazy cool. Does that help? Okay. Does anybody else have any questions?
I have another one that's a little off topic.
Is it about coaching? If not, we can jump on the phone after. I
can message you later.
Okay.
After.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after. We'll use this just for the people who are interested in coaching. Anybody else have any questions about the business? We're here to guide you guys. You're not alone. You're not jumping in this by yourself. We're here to guide you. You have your team. You have a team behind you. We want you to be successful. We're here to see you win. We want you to be alongside of us. We'd love to have you a part of our team. So if you guys are interested or you need more questions answered, go to the coach who sent you this and let them know. Otherwise, feel free to ask me questions direct to just add me on Facebook and we can chat through that. But everybody, take care. Thanks for jumping on and listening to my story. And sorry I talked too much. All right, see ya.